Pam Carriker here, and I just wanted to introduce you to a new line of stencils that I have coming out with Stencil Girl Products. This line of stencils actually came about from an idea from my second book, Creating Art at the Speed of Life. And Mary Beth Shaw, the owner and founder of Stencil Girl Products, actually had read one of the little articles, the little sidebars in this book, and she thought that would make a great line of stencils. And the whole project that this revolved around actually came about from a personal experience that I went through with my family, and it was my dad having surgery on his face from cancer. And it was a very, very scary time for all of us. And he had shared with me later, he actually saved, this is a mask that they make to put over you to hold you. It actually snaps to a table when they're doing radiation to keep your face from moving so that they can radiate the right parts. And he saved it, and he told me, you know, how scared he was when he was wearing that mask and everything. And he thought I might want to use it in art, in a piece of art. And I have started it, and it's one of those things that I guess when the time is right, I'll be able to finish the piece, but I haven't been able to finish it yet. So the idea of a mask is that it covers up what's really truly inside of us. And a mask can be a fun thing. It can be a party mask like this. I love these Doctor of the Plague type masquerade ball mask and things like that. I think they're interesting. I've used them on some of my other artwork in journal pages and things like that. And I think they're beautiful. And they can be kind of creepy a little bit, but I don't see them. And so I like to use different types of masks sometimes in different ways in my artwork. And I thought it would be really fun to have just a simple set of stencils that include the mask, that pops out of the stencil. Let me grab one here so I can show you. So the stencil comes, this is just a blue proof copy, but you can actually pop the little mask out of it, and then you can mask off part of your page as you're working, which is kind of cool. So you get the two pieces to them, to the Doctor of the Plague mask. And I think they're kind of interesting. I'll show you a journal page that I did with them that I kind of just played around with the stencil part and the mask part of it. And so I just did kind of a posing, one's right side up, one's upside down, just a couple of people, and then I use the mask in a couple of different ways to kind of show just covering up the face, and you can do some journaling that kind of maybe tells what's going on underneath. And while the page looks kind of fun, it can also have a serious side to it, which is what I love about masks, is you can explore some more serious aspects of your work. And let me go back here. This is a more serious journal page. This uses another one of the masks that I created that's called Behind the Mask. And I've actually done some, there's some journaling that you can do underneath the mask. I had already done part of this lady on a napkin. Actually, it was a napkin doodle that I adhered to the page. And I kind of wrote up about the process and things, so you can check that out on the Stencil Girl Products website. But you can use masks that convey a lot of emotion. And I think that's an important thing to explore in journaling. So it can be a fun emotion or it can be a serious emotion, but we all have things inside of us that we don't readily share. And I think masks are a good visual tool to use that in visual journaling. Probably one of the more personal stencils for me out of this line is the Phantom of the Opera mask, and because it comes with also a male face that you can place this over the top of, and that's kind of inspired by my dad and what he had to wear. And I think adding masculine faces to your work is really important, and because half the population is masculine, so obviously we have relationships that can be explored in our journaling that have to do with mails. So I really love this stencil combination. Over here, this is a copy of a piece of artwork I did using the mail stencil to start off with, and there will be more about that in an upcoming article about the technique I used for this. But this is just a copy of the artwork from that, and then I used the mask portion of the stencil to add some journaling to the back side of a piece of paper, and then flipped it over so you can't read the writing. So it's got all of that going on in here. You can see that. And then over here you can see the outline of the stencil. I left the stencil as is on this side and just added a plain mask over the top of it. So I really think it adds, you know, some visual interest to your journaling, and adds in that element, the mail element, that is important to journal about those relationships. So I hope you'll check out the new line of stencils, and check out all of Stencil Girl Products, because they have continually added new stencils all the time. I'm always amazed when I go on this site, or when I meet up with Mary Beth and help her vend stencils or something. At just the volume of unique and creative stencils. I have not seen another company that has the volume and the reach of the stencils. You can always find something that will help you convey emotion in your journaling and artwork. So thank you for looking. I hope you'll check them out.